We've got a super easy recipe today. We're going to knock out some ranch pork chops on this Pit Boss pellet smoker. Now I just picked this guy up the other day. I've made a turkey on it. I don't think we've published that video yet. And we're going to do these pork chops today. So I'm pretty excited, to see how this smoker does. It's really inexpensive. I picked up a floor model at, that big box store. $245, I think it was. $50 off because I got the floor model. So for this recipe, it's so simple. You just need the pork chops. You need some ranch dressing mix, a little paprika, salt and pepper. I hope you stay with me. All right, so I have brined these pork chops for 2 hours, right? You could do it, you could even do it overnight if you wanted. I've done 2 hours, short on time today. What I've got here is 1 quart of water. I added in a quarter cup of kosher salt. But actually, it wasn't kosher salt. It was that Hawaiian Alea salt, but I didn't have any kosher. You can use kosher salt. And I added in a quarter cup of brown sugar, all right? Now what we're going to do is just dry these guys off. I shouldn't wipe, whatever the right word is. What you want to do is just wipe off. There could be some excess salt on the outside of these. Some folks want to rinse them off in the sink. Go ahead if that's what you want to do. I never do that. It's just something else I have to clean up. I always just wipe them up, wipe them off rather, with some paper towels. And I never have a problem with it being too salty that way. Do what works for you, right? Okay, so I just got 2 of them here. Let me get this one wiped off. They're plenty moist. We're not going to need a binder today. And then let me get these paper towels out of the way. We'll talk about seasoning these guys up. Now, as I mentioned, this is really simple today. We're going to use some Hidden Valley Ranch dressing on these bad boys. Okay, you won't need this whole pack. You could do 4, you could do 6 pork chops. These were a pound. These are almost a half a pound each. Thereabouts, just a little bit less than a pound. So all I'm going to do is, you can see, we're going to sprinkle a little ranch dressing on each side, like so. Okay. And before I turn it over, what we're going to do is hit it up with some paprika. And hey, I found this website, actually on the, whoever makes the Hidden Valley Ranch, I found it, a Pinterest pin they had made. So, we get no credit for coming up with this recipe, except this glaze I'm going to do. That's mine. Okay, so just got a little paprika on there. We got that ranch. Just going to hit it up with a little kosher salt, not much. Actually, that might be sea salt, actually. And then come in here with some black pepper, right? Yeah, some black pepper. We're going to flip this guy over, flip both of them over. We're going to do the exact same thing on this side. And then we're going to get over here to this pellet smoker. All right, so I got this Pit Boss set on 225 degrees. We're using apple pellets today. All right, you can see I've got some chicken on there. It's got nothing to do with this video. Let me get these guys on here. We'll get the lid closed back on it. And we'll let these guys go 30-40 minutes, and then we'll check the temp on them. So I just checked these pork chops. They're at 125 degrees. It's been about 50-ish minutes. Now what we're going to do is make this bourbon and honey glaze. Like I said, it's totally optional. I got this Evan Williams single barrel. Okay, I'm going to put about, I don't know, quarter cup. Look, this is really, really simple. Nothing sophisticated here. And then I've got just some honey, and I'm going to put about a quarter cup of honey. I'm going to bring it to a simmer. Then we're going to, let it reduce down and thicken up. Now, this got 2 pork chops, right? So we're just going to, tack it on there once these guys, get up to around 135. So let me just bring this up to a simmer, thicken it up a bit. It should be about time to meet back over that pellet grill and get these guys glazed. Holy crap, is that good, 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 good. All right, we've about got this bourbon and honey sauce thickened up. You can see I've got it to a nice simmer here. I'm going to turn this heat off, and I have decided to add one more thing to it, right? I've got the heat all turned off now. I got 2 tablespoons of butter I'm going to put in here. I'm going to just let it melt down. You know, butter's kind of like bacon, right? Makes everything better. We're just going to let this butter melt down. I may have to turn the fire back on a little bit. Looks like it's still a bit thin. We'll see. I just want a thin glaze on these pork chops. You know, you don't want anything thick. Let me just get this butter melted down. I mean, we're going to give this maybe 2-3 minutes tops. We'll be all done. All right, these pork chops are up at 141. We're going to start glazing them. I don't know how long it's been. I know people always want to know how long. I would focus more on the temperature if I were you guys. I would guess they've been on here about an hour. We're going to get this glaze on here. Let them cook on up to about 145. Now, some people let them go higher. You can certainly do that if you want. But I'll let these go, you know, 5-6 minutes, whatever, till this gets tacky on this side. And then we'll flip them over and do the other side. All right, these chops right at 145, 146. Depends on where you put the probe. We're going to get them out here. We're going to let them rest. And we're going to give them a try. All right? These are going to be awesome. These ranch chops with that honey bourbon glaze. Been resting here about 10 minutes. Okay. Beautiful color. Just going to cut into this guy. Now remember, we brined them. Make sure they stayed moist. Oh, they're really tender. If I could just cut all the way through it. There we go. Now, hope you can see that in the video. Look, I can see the moisture from here. We're going to cut off a little bite. We're going to give these guys a taste. You know, pork chops, if you get them on sale, I think I paid, was it $1.99 or $2.49 a pound? You can get some great deals on pork chops. Oh, it's even got, I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little bit of pink here, a little bit of pink here. That's a little bit of that pellet smoke permeating. It got a little bit of a smoke ring. Okay. These are, I mean, they almost melt in your mouth like butter. I can't get over how juicy and tender they are. I mean, it's just like they melt in your mouth. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's talk about what we taste. I taste the sweetness from the glaze. That's the first thing I taste. The ranch is secondary. So if you want that ranch to be number 1 in the flavor profile, then leave off the glaze. That glaze doesn't make it moist, right? It just adds a little flavor. I've had ranch chicken I've made before. First time I made the ranch pork chops. But that glaze adds a whole new dimension to the flavor. I mean, like I said, the ranch by itself will be great. And if that's what you want to highlight, then just leave off the glaze. The ranch, I can taste it, but like I say, it's after the honey, and you get that like vanilla-ish kind of flavor from that bourbon. I can't get over how tender they are. 2 hours of brining, really moist, really tender. I'm digging this pellet smoker. Sorry, it took me a while to chew up that bite. I took a little bit bigger bite. Hey, thanks so much for watching another one of our videos. If you're not a subscriber already, I hope you hit that subscribe button wherever it shows up. Hit the little bell. You'll be notified of all of our new videos.